Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Cloud and AI Analytics. Hope everyone is doing good. I am Vignesh and in this playlist we'll be discussing how to prepare for HashiCorp's Terraform Associate certification. So as part of this playlist, we'll be covering multiple choice questions, basically MCQs that will test your core Terraform concepts, practical applications and some of the best practices that are evaluated in the actual exam. So practicing these questions combining with real world examples both will help you build your confidence and pinpoint areas needing improvement before you sit in the certification exam. So understanding why an answer is correct is just as important as knowing the answer itself. Therefore, I encourage you to attempt each question on your own before me providing the solution. It's also worth noting that official HashiCorp Terraform Associate exam uses several formats that includes multiple choice, multiple answer, true or false, and also text matching as well. So with that covered, let's dive right in. And the first question which we are going to discuss as part of this video is basically it's a true or false question. And the question is the terraform.tf state file always matches your currently built infrastructure. Option A is true, option B is false. So we will take a pause here. Before answering the question or before discussing the solution, I want you to go through the question, understand the question and then come up with the answer. So that's it. So now we will discuss the solution. The answer to this question is false. What is the purpose of terraform.tf state file? So the terraform.tf state file records Terraform views of the infrastructure it creates, manages, deletes based on the last time a Terraform apply or Terraform refresh command was successfully executed. So, however, it does not always match the currently built infrastructure for several reasons. Out of it, the most important thing is manual changes. Let's discuss this with an example. Consider you are creating a cloud storage bucket inside Google Cloud Platform and the storage class you wanted to be is standard. After creating the bucket via Terraform, you want to change the storage class from standard to nearline. So what you do, you log into your console, you go into the specific project and you change the storage class. But this change will not be updated in .tf state file. So the manual changes will not be recorded and for this reason your terraform.state file will not match with your currently built infrastructure because there is a change from standard to nearline. You can overcome it by executing commands like terraform plan and terraform refresh to detect the difference between the state file and the actual infrastructure. And we will be moving on to the next question, that is one remote backend configuration always maps to a single remote workspace. Option A, true. Option B, false. Pause this video for a moment, go through the question and come up with the answer. Now we will discuss the solution to this question. The correct answer is false. While it's common to map a single remote backend configuration to a single remote workspace, but it's not always the same. Terraform's remote backend configuration allows you to interact with multiple remote workspaces within a single configuration using the workspace block with the prefix option. So when you're defining your backend, at the time you can use blocks like workspaces. So inside workspaces, you can give the actual name of the workspace or even you can give the prefix of your workspace name which you wanted to work with. So using this command, you can always map Terraform's remote backend configuration with multiple remote workspaces as well within a single configuration file. So the right answer is false. Moving on to the next question. What is the provider for this fictitious resource? So we are going to create a resource AWS underscore VPC, which will create a VPC network in AWS cloud provider and rest all the other details. Now we will take a look at the option. The first option is VPC. The second option is main. The third option is AWS and the last option is test. So now pause the video, take a look at this question and come up with an answer. Now we will discuss the solution to this. What is the provider for this fictitious resource? And the right answer is AWS. The reason being is we want to identify the provider for this resource. From the name itself, you can detect that we are going to create a VPC network in AWS cloud provider. And moving on to the next question, Terraform init initializes a sample main.tf file in the current directory. Option A, true. Option B, false. Pause this video, take a look at it, and then come up with the answer. Now we will discuss the solution to this question. The right answer is false. So Terraform init command, basically it initializes the current working directory, preparing it for use with the Terraform. So this particular command primarily involves initializing the backend, downloading your provider plugins, downloading modules, and even creating a dependency log file. Terraform init does not create a sample or main.tf file or any TF files of any sort. As a user, you are expected to create a necessary TF files in order to create a specific resource in the cloud provider. And moving on to the next one, which two steps are required to provision new infrastructure in the Terraform workflow? Basically, you have to choose two, and this is multiple answer questions. The first option is destroy, the second option is apply, the third option is import, fourth option is init, and finally we have the last option, that is validate. Pause the video, take a look at that question, and then come up with the answer. Now we will discuss the answer to this particular question. Which two steps are required to provision new infrastructure in the Terraform workflow? And the right answers are apply and init. Basically, we wanted to create a new infrastructure in your Terraform workflow. And if you recall our last question, we will be using Terraform init to initialize your backend, download your provider plugins, download modules, and create dependency log file. So by default, we'll be using this Terraform init command, and the next option is Terraform apply. So this step is used to create or modify the infrastructure as defined in your Terraform configuration files. For example, main.tf file, backend.tf file, storage.tf file. So all the different files, right? It will read all the files, and then it will create the resource, or it will modify the resources, services inside your provider. So basically, while running Terraform apply, Terraform compares the desired state in your configuration with your current state, and then it will make the necessary changes. Now we will look into the other commands. Basically, when to use Terraform destroy will be used to destroy the infrastructure that has been previously provisioned. It is just the opposite of provisioning, so this will be not the right option. And moving on to the next one, we will discuss the C option, that is import. So basically, using this command Terraform import will bring an existing infrastructure under Terraform manage. So for example, if you created some service manually, right, and if you wanted to bring that service under Terraform management, Terraform command. And the last one is Terraform validate command is used to check the syntax and internal consistency of your Terraform configuration file. So that's it for this video. In the upcoming playlists of this video, we'll be discussing a lot of important MCQ questions for preparing for your Terraform certification exam. So if you have any questions, please post that in the comment section. I'll take a look at it and reply to it as soon as possible. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to Cloud and AI Analytics. Don't forget to click on the bell icon. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, it's bye from Vignesh. Happy learning.